It's volleyball time in East Central Ohio. From AVC Sports and YRP TV on YouTube and Facebook, YourRadioPlace.com. Now, let's go courtside for our pregame show. High school volleyball from AVC Sports.
Good evening and welcome to YRP TV. And tonight we have district semifinal volleyball in Division 6. The homestanding Shenandoah Zeps, the second seed in the district, against the visitors of Monroe Central. They are the number 4 seed. I'm Jeff Stevens along with Mike Palaziak and Brett Klein here to bring you this district semifinal game tonight. And before we get going, Mike, I tell you, we've known each other a long time. And we've done a lot of football together and a lot of basketball together, but did you ever think we'd be sitting here getting ready to do a volleyball game?
Jeff, this is going to be a first. I'm kind of looking forward to it. At my age, I pretty much experienced everything, but this is going to be something new.
Well, when Brett confirmed with me this morning the game that you were my partner, I said, you know, Palaz and I together, do you know what you're doing? And Brett's reply was, no. Okay, let's look at this team here tonight. First of all, let's look at the higher seed, the number 2 seed, the Shenandoah Zeps. They're 19-4. What do you got for them?
Just offhand, I know that they come in here off of a very emotional, hard-fought win against Garraway last week. And Garraway was the team that knocked them out of the tournament last year, kind of an upset. And that was a hard-fought 5-set win. And, of course, most people that know probably more about volleyball than we do know that the fifth game is always the game that just goes to 15. And that one actually had to go to 16 to determine a winner. So very hard-fought win. So they come in here off an extremely big high.
And at the same time, Monroe Central comes in. They had a 3-1 win last week against Shadyside. These two teams met twice during the regular season. Early on in the season at the Monroe Central High School, the Seminoles were winners 3-2. And a couple weeks later, the Zeps were winners here at Shenandoah by 3-1. You may say, district semifinal, why is this at Shenandoah? This year, the Eastern District is not going to neutral sites until district finals. And the Zeps are the higher seeded team, so they have the home court advantage here on that. But both teams, bring a lot of people in here, so I don't think there'll be a whole lot of difference between the crowds. And Monroe Central, as I said, they're 16-7. They played a very, very challenging schedule this year. So challenging, in fact, they did not even make the OVAC playoffs in 3A. But the 16-7 record, they lost. Basically, they also played 3 OVAC champions during the season. So, they've played some good people. You have anything there in particular on them?
Of course, the seeding is done differently now than it was when you and I were coaching basketball. Everybody's seeded. And I would say the coaches did a great job in their seeding this year because, as you already mentioned, Shenandoah is a 2 seed, Monroe Central's 4. Well, in the other district semifinal tonight, you have Highland, who is the number 1 seed against the number 3 seed, Trail. So you've got all top 4 seeds playing here tonight with wanting to play in that district final on Wednesday night. And again, as you said, as far as I know, that's a site to be determined later. Then,
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that will be determined after the winners are determined tonight. Let's go ahead and step out here for a short break. And we come back, we will have district semifinal volleyball, Division 6, Monroe Central at Shenandoah.
Need a solid foundation? Call Guardian Excavating. They handle it all from septic installation, concrete work, demolition, and land clearing to foundation digs, stone hauling, and more. No job too big, no detail too small. Guardian Excavating is proud to support Monroe Central Athletics. Call 740-213-2951 today for top quality service you can trust. Go Knowles from Guardian Excavating.
DD Lawn and Tree Services is the place to go for expert tree care and landscaping. They specialize in tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, land clearing, and landscaping, keeping your property safe and looking its best. Proudly serving Monroe, Belmont, and all surrounding counties, they're your trusted local professionals for all your outdoor needs. They're also proud supporters of area sports and Seminole athletics. For reliable service you can count on, call DD Lawn and Tree Services today at 740-213-1264.
Contact Bombers Tire and Collision in Bellsville today for all of your automotive service needs. We offer tire rotation, mountain balance, oil changes, mechanical repairs, and so much more. From bumper to bumper, we've got you covered. Specializing in classic car restoration, we provide free estimates and accept all insurances. Visit us at 52493 Broad Street or call 740-926-5060. We're open Monday through Friday 8 to 5. Be sure to call Bombers Tire and Collision today. We'll get you back on the road. Go Noles!
Looking for the #1 med spa in the Ohio Valley? JG Cosmetique is your go-to destination for medical-assisted weight loss, facial rejuvenation, and more. With over 30 years of experience, Judiana Gromlich has the expertise to provide you with high-quality care as a certified aesthetic provider. At JG Cosmetique, they offer personalized aesthetic services tailored to your lifestyle. Trusted professional care you can rely on. Call 740-238-3335 today and experience the difference at JG Cosmetique. Let them help you look and feel your best.
Protect what matters most with Sue Snowd, State Farm Agent in Caldwell, Ohio. With over 30 years of experience serving Noble County, Sue and her team offer personalized coverage for auto, home, life, health, renters, and business insurance. Conveniently located on East Street, they're here to help you plan for the unexpected. Call 740-732-2786 today for a free quote, or stop by the office. Like a good neighbor, Sue Snowd is there, ready to serve your insurance needs with care and confidence.
Back here at Shenandoah High School, Monroe Central Seminoles and the Shenandoah Zeps getting ready to square off in Division 6 District Semifinal. Before we go any farther here tonight, I'm going to give a big thank you to all of our sponsors here tonight. They are Southeastern Ohio Credit Union, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Swimaway Pool and Spa, DD Lawn and Tree Services, Sue Snowd State Farm, Woodsfield Savings Bank, Guardian Excavating, Any Level Fitness Training, Ohio Valley Community Federal Credit Union, Doan Ford, JG Cosmetique, King Carpet, Friday Insurance, Seaball Excavating, Smithburger Realty and Auctions, Caldwell Ready Mix Company, Bomber Tire and Collision, Bucky Disposal. And thank you to all those people. And if you're tuned in to us live, or if you're watching us later after you get home tonight, and you see any of the people that are on these sponsors list, say thank you very much for sponsoring high school volleyball. And as many of these people also sponsor football, but thank you for coming on board tonight for volleyball. So we're just a couple minutes away from starting here, and we'll have the national anthem, and we'll stay here also over the PA as they introduce all the players. That's easier than Mike and I going down the list and reading off the names. So we'll be just a short time away. They had a coin flip at the beginning here, the officials. Not sure who won the toss, but that is to determine who gets the first serve in the first set. And then they alternate through the next 4 if necessary. And if you go to a 5th set, they have a coin flip again to determine that. In volleyball, you play to 25. Every serve is a point for either team, and you have to win by 2. And I've seen several games this year that come down to that 25, 23, or even go beyond 25. And volleyball, I tell you, Mike, is to me more than any other sport is a game of emotion.
It's a game of swings. I mean, I've never seen anything, probably any sport, and you've talked about. We've coached a lot. We've done radio for a lot of different sports, but volleyball is one where momentum is probably more important than in any other sport.
And it can shift in such a big hurry, and you'll be able to tell, watching here tonight, just the emotion when a team makes a good play of the 6 kids on the floor. And it's not like any other sport, boys or girls, and it's something that it really, to me, makes it fun to watch. I enjoy watching high school volleyball, and glad to be able to sit here tonight and talk about volleyball a little bit.
Well, we talked about it, and just case in point, the Shenandoah-Garaway game the other night, every one of those scores, both teams were in the 20s. I mean, so you talk about close contest, and the last game going 16-14, doesn't get much closer than that.
And that's one ball that's just barely in or just barely out, swinging the whole night's match. So we're going to go to the PA here in just a moment, and they will probably do national anthem first and then go to the introduction of the players, and we'll pick that up here hopefully over the PA system. Each team will probably introduce 7 starters, 6 on the floor at a time, with a libero, and the libero is on the floor, plays the back row basically all the time, and subs in for 2 different people. And that's usually your best back row player is your libero. And for the Zeps, that's going to be Shayla Holcomb. And for the Seminoles, that will be Cameron Winland. So here is our national anthem.
Please rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Now, let's meet our competitors of the evening. First, the Seminoles of Monroe Central. Number 3, J.C. English. Number 7, McLaren Jack. Number 13, Olivia Vinegar. Number 15, Sydney Bass. Number 6, Riley McFrederick. Number 1, Allie McFrederick. Number 2, Adeline McGuire. Number 5, Isabella Farnsworth. Number 8, Liliana Wilson. Number 11, Miley Palmer. Number 14, Tiffany George. Number 16, Cameron Goodman. And number 9, Chloe Dick. The Seminoles are led by Jeanette Stroll and Joy. Now, let's meet the Zeps of Shenandoah. Number 1, Logan Seelock. Number 2, Shayla Holcomb. Number 3, Emma Kinley. Number 4, Kylie Knowles. Number 5, Holly Van Fleet. Number 6, Abby Monroe. Number 7, Grandma Leach. Number 8, Sophie McVicker. Number 9, Alyssa Brown. Number 10, Natalie Dean. Number 11, Liberty McKee. Number 12, Haley Hunt. Number 13, Josie Woods. And number 15, Natalie Arthur. The Zeps are led by head coach Megan Kowalski and she's assisted by J.C. West and Reagan Clark.
Yes, it is. I tell you what, we were just talking. What a nice crowd here tonight. Of course, you got two schools fairly close to each other. They've already established a rivalry. Both teams members of the fairly newly formed Mid-Ohio Valley League.
and I would expect things to get very loud in here as this game progresses. I say on both sides of the gym here, Monroe Central, has several people here just to our right, so, and across the way behind the Seminole bench. And the Zeps, I've been in here times and seen less people in here for basketball. I'm really impressed by the crowd both teams have here tonight.
Well, you know what? Both of these schools have established really solid volleyball programs over the years. And it's a testament to them and the support that they've gotten here tonight.
As the officials check the lineups here and get to the subbing now with your libero checking into the game here before the start. And looks like Shenandoah will open things tonight with the first serve. And Alyssa Crum, senior, will be that person for the Zeps. She is their leader for the year in points off service. And we're underway. And a push over by the Seminoles. And there's the set. And knocked back there by Olivia Bettinger. And the hit out of bounds, point to the Seminoles.
Molly McVicker with the attempted kill that time, just a little bit wide right.
Kennedy Joris to serve first here for the Seminoles. Ball set in the middle, and it was blocked, but it goes down, and a point Zeps. And that was, again, Molly Van Fleet, I believe, with that kill. We're tied at 1. Now serving for the Zeps is Liberty McKee. Short serve, taken over on the second hit. Set for Leach. Saved there by Winland and kept alive by the Seminoles. Nice job. Hit on the side, and that's in the back corner, and that looked in and is in. That is point Zeps.
Coach Swall from Monroe Central kind of disagreeing with that call down there along the baseline.
Oh, she was closer to it than I am.
She was. She was right on top of it.
Again, the serve by McKee. Back row hit there by J.C. English. And this is Leach again with the hit at the net. It was deflected and falls in, and that will be point Zeps. And a whistle, and we got a foot fault. And that will be a point for the Seminoles.
That call down there along the end line was made by longtime official Tom Gadudo.
During the regular season, your line judges are usually just a parent of one of the players. But here, during tournament play, you have 4 appointed officials by the Eastern District Board. Emily King on the serve for the Seminoles. And there's a hit inside, and it's kill and good by the Zeps.
Another kill that time by Molly Van Fleet. Her second one of the night so far.
Molly now will go back and serve, and she's done a nice job serving for the year also. Has over 160 points off her serve. Ball controlled there, taken over on the second hit. And the ball goes into the net. Point Seminoles. Now 4-3 in favor of Shenandoah.
Jeff kind of starting out the way we thought it might here early, close contest early, and that's kind of what we're expecting tonight.
McLaren Kraft to serve, one of the top Seminole servers for the year, and her serve hits the top of the net and does not go over, and that is point Zeps.
Maybe a little nerves that time on that serve.
Set for English, she sees the floor and drops it over, and we've got a net violation, I believe, on the Seminoles. Next to score 6-3, Shenandoah. This is Emma Daly serving for the Zeps. Short serve, not controlled by the Seminoles. Goes off to the side, and it will be another point for Shenandoah. 7 serving 3. Ball set in the middle. McFrederick, the ball was deflected but goes in. Give a kill to Briley McFrederick of the Seminoles. 7-4 Zeps. Serving now for Monroe Central is Addie McGuire. Outside, that is Brenna Leach. Her spike is blocked, but it goes out of bounds. That is point Zeps.
She is probably, without doubt, the leader of this Shenandoah team.
I think one of only 3 seniors on the team, and she now goes back and serves. There's the set, hit by English, and again it was deflected, but falls in, point Seminoles. Substitutions in now are Olivia Bettinger back in, and Izzy Farnsworth in, and Izzy Farnsworth now serving. Good set at the net. Ball bounced off the net. Again, the set. This is English. And it goes out. Point Zeps. That is now 9-5 in favor of Shenandoah. And I'm not able to see the subbing going on here because the one official is standing right in my way, so it's kind of hard to catch everybody. And the serve is in. It looked like it was going to go out, but then went down and is a point. I'm not sure if that ball had a little movement on it or what.
I was going to say, Jeff, that had to be like a curveball because nobody even attempted to get it.
Shayla
so
Holcomb.
They had to have some curve on it.
Holcomb will serve again. And a one-handed set, and that is, I think, as Farnsworth tried to set that up, she went back and bumped into the net. That is a violation. And we're going to timeout Monroe Central. So let's take a timeout with them. It's 11-5 Zeps. Back in a moment.
Southeastern Ohio Credit Union in Caldwell has moved. The credit union is now located at 306 North Street and has a drive-through ATM and night deposit for your convenience. It's easy to join Southeastern Ohio Credit Union. Anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Guernsey, Noble, or Washington County can become a member. Members have access to savings and checking accounts and loans. Southeastern Ohio Credit Union also has offices in Cambridge and Marietta. SoutheasternOhioCU.org or contact the credit union at 740-732-2980 or 1-800-357-8586.
Planning a project in Noble, Guernsey, or Monroe County and surrounding areas? Look no further than Caldwell Ready Mix Concrete. From pre-mixed concrete to high-strength and decorative options, they've got you covered. Need sand or gravel? They've got that too. With over 55 years of experience, their family-owned business offers competitive prices and free estimates for all your construction needs. Contact Caldwell Ready Mix Concrete today for quality materials that stand the test of time. Trust the experts for your next project.
Both teams back on the floor rather quickly. The Shayla Holcomb serve is kept in play and results in a kill for J.C. English of the Seminoles, making the score 11-6. And English's serve will result in a point Seminoles. English also over almost 150 points for the year. And her serve hits the top of the net and falls over on the Seminole side. That's within about an inch of being a positive serve, but it will be point Zeps as the ball does not go over the net. That's 2 service errors for the Seminoles thus far. And
I bet her for a carry, I believe.
Yeah, and teams are not, Seminoles having a little trouble with their first hit, and that's putting the second hitter in tough position, and you had a carry call. Again, another serve there. Set in the middle to Benninger. Kept in play well there by the Zeps. And we'll go back to Bettinger again. And it's blocked at the net. She'll try a third time and kept alive again by Shenandoah. Results in a push. And it's blocked at the net, kept alive. Bettinger once again, and will score. No Central score. By far our longest rally of the night.
Boy, pretty good job by both teams there at the net, keeping that ball alive, and it looked like it was going to be an earlier point.
Back around to Kennedy Joris, serving for the Seminoles. Ball on the side. It's going to hit the standard out of bounds. And I think we have inadvertent whistle. Because the teams can play the ball off the basket standards on the side. And I think the whistle blew too soon there. And it will be redone. And the replay goes to the advantage of the Zeps as they make the score 14-8. And among the subs now coming in for the Zeps is Liberty McKee to serve. Short serve. Set at the net there for Bettinger. Her hit goes long and out of bounds. Point Zeps.
Pretty solid hit that time, but just a little bit long.
McKee with another short serve. Kept in play there by the Seminoles. Blocked at the net, and point Monroe Central. Double block there. Levia Bettinger was one of the ones up there, and I'm not sure who was able to get most of that one, but it results in a point. 15-9 Zeps. Emily King checks in, serve. Her serve is long and out of bounds. Not keeping track of everything here, but I believe that's at least 3 service errors the Seminoles have had in this game. And when you're trailing by 7, that's the difference. And Addie McGuire takes the second hit over with her left hand and scores. And that was off a serve from Molly Van Fleet and makes the score 16-10. McLaren Kraft to serve. A big hit there by Brenna Leach.
Oh, my.
If I'm on the back row, I'm not sure if I try to play that back in or if I just want to get out of the way.
I would not want to be on the other side of that one. That was a kill, and that's why they call it a kill.
And we have another timeout. Seminoles will be back after this.
Come in now to King Carpet right here on East Wheeling Avenue in Cambridge, Ohio. We have 25 skids of top-down waterproof plank flooring ready to move right now. Price to move, plus about 100 different remnants and rolls of carpet, the fuzzy stuff. Need a little help budgeting? Take advantage of 12 months, same as cash, right now through Synchrony. Call for a free estimate celebrating quality, value, and service you can trust. Come and get it today!
Back here at Shenandoah High School, district semifinal volleyball. We're in set 1 where the Shenandoah Zeps are leading 17-10. Seminoles have spent their second timeout of the first set. Each team gets 2 timeouts in each set, and they do not carry over. This is Emma Daly on the serve here for the Zeps. Again, taking over on the second hit there by Addie McGuire. She's able to see something. That's twice that she's taken that over and resulted in a point for the Seminoles. And Addie McGuire now back to serve. Set to Leach. And excellent job from the outside. Falls in, point Zeps.
Jeff, I've got her already for 4 kills in this first game.
Well, stats I had for the year had her for over 400 kills for the year.
I can believe it.
This is the J.C. English. Nice play back there by the Zeps. Again, Joris over. Young lady's not afraid to get on the floor. From the side, the ball hit, goes long out of bounds and unable to be saved by Allie McGuire, or Allie McFrederick. She went sliding into the wall. Point Zeps, 19-11 Shenandoah.
Jeff, the Zeps are slowly taking control of this first game here.
It's almost a 2 points for 1 situation in favor of the Zeps.
And a lot of it has been because of Monroe Central errors.
Yeah, they've just not done a real good job of controlling that first hit. Back to Brenda Leach on the serve. The ball's blocked right back. Seminoles tried to take it over on the second hit, but it was blocked right back over. And that's a point, and that's now 20-11. And as you said, Zeps are in control of set one. Third hit goes over. Again, a good set on the outside. Kept alive there by Cameron Joris well, but not able to be controlled on the second hit. It was out of bounds. Now 21-11. It was 15-9 at one time. Set here, English on the outside. Ball's hit. Nice job there to keep the play alive by the Zeps. Leach done a nice job in the back row. English will try it again. Kept alive again by Leach. English again. Again, set in the middle for McFrederick. She'll tap it over. And the ball's deflected at the net. Point Zeps. Couple real nice efforts on the back line by the Zeps that time to keep the ball alive. Again, set at the net and the hit, and that ball is going to be good. That's
number 9. That's Alyssa Crum. Kind of cross-court kill. Well placed by the senior.
Zeps are getting a lot off of this outside hitter on this near side. Serve there, kept alive, but still a tough play there by Monroe Central. Not able to control the ball very good. And a net violation called on Monroe Central. And we're now, all of a sudden, we're at set point for the Zeps. Leach on the serve. Again, unable to be controlled well. And the set on the Zep side. And it will be blocked and down. And that is the set point for the Shenandoah Zeps. So the Zeps win set one here tonight by a score of 25-11. We'll be back with set two after this.
Need reliable waste disposal? Bucky Disposal has you covered. Whether it's residential, commercial, or roll-off services, they deliver prompt, professional waste management at competitive prices. Locally owned and committed to keeping our communities clean. They make trash removal hassle-free. From weekly pickups to large project roll-offs, they have the right solution for you. Visit BuckyDisposal.com or call today to get started.
Fitness for every age, confidence for every level. Located in Thornville, Any Level Fitness is your local private studio for personalized training. Owner Jerry Dyer, a certified, specializes in senior fitness, orthopedic exercise, youth boxing, and training. Whether you're managing joint issues or building lifelong habits, Jerry designs safe, effective workouts just for you. Youth fitness classes are held Mondays and Wednesdays from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Fun, structured, and engaging. Ready to take the next step? Visit anylevelfitnesstraining.com or call 740-249-7238 to get started now.
It's Jimmy Silvers from Swimaway wrapping up this season. We want to thank everybody for the ongoing support in business. That's right, we've got year-end closing kits by BioGuard. It works off temperature, does a great job, and in the spring, it'll be all clear and sparkling. You ready for next summer? Have your 24-foot round, 52-inch deep pool installed now. That way it'll be all ready for spring. Open it up and swim. We have 3 in stock right now. Total package with chemical and everything included, $4,250. Stop by, swim away, hey, hey, hey!
In life, we set goals. Personal firsts. A first car. A first job with a first checking account.
Welcome aboard.
A first home.
Congratulations. Here's the keys to your new home.
A first day of a well-deserved retirement. At Woodsfield Savings Bank, we've been helping people in our local communities achieve whatever financial first they're looking for. Since 1887, Woodsfield Savings Bank, the first choice for your next first. FDIC insured equal housing lender.
Back here for set number 2, district semifinal volleyball from Shenandoah High School. Set 1 goes to the Shenandoah Zeps by a score of 25-11. And we talked off the air while you were looking at some commercials and some ads there, Shenandoah did a really nice job of getting their hitters in position to do damage at the net. And it was not all just Brenna Leach, who is their top hitter, but there were some other people there also. Molly Van Fleet and others did a nice job. This serve will go to Monroe Central to start set number 2. In the middle, Bettinger is blocked at the net. The ball kept alive and will go over. Nice job there, Seminoles. Again, another big hit at the net and blocked again. That was Van Fleet on the hit. Again, rather lengthy rally so far. A lot of big hits so far. And finally, J.C. English will go down the left sideline and put the ball in for the first points. And Monroe Central, whose only lead in that first set was at 1-0, takes a 1-0 lead here in set number 2.
To me, that was the most solid point I've seen Monroe Central so far this evening.
Ball's hit at the net and blocked, and will be a point Monroe Central. The hitter at the net was Addie Harbaugh for the Zeps, and that will be 2-0 in favor of the Noles. English serve set at the net, blocked right back. Again, double block the net, and that's going to go in the score. That's a kill for Molly Van Fleet. Even though there's a double block at the net by Monroe Central, Van Fleet able to get that ball to fall in.
Boy, nice job, though, by Olivia Bettinger from Monroe Central there along the net with 2 or 3 blocks in that point.
Play on the set here is Bettinger at the net. Again, set. And ball goes in. But you're running up there to make a nice set. You know, Alyssa Crum with the set, you know, to enable that ball to go in for the kill and the point. That's now tied at 2. And Monroe Central able to somehow keep that ball alive over the net. And a big hit on the outside here. That is, once again, that is Alyssa Crum with the hit and the score for the Seminole, or for the Zeps. She now goes back and serves. There's a set, Kraft at the net. Ball's into the net. Point, Zeps.
Tried to hammer that one home and almost too far from the net to do her any good. Came up a hair short.
And there's a good set in the middle by Bettinger, who goes with a little push shot into the middle and finds the open area in the floor. Sometimes it amazes me when I sit and watch volleyball just how well some of these kids see the floor to know that when that is an appropriate shot. Again, not handled real well, but the ball kept alive there by Monroe Central. Long hit. Again, another fairly lengthy rally here. And the ball is going to hit, and I believe that hit the pylon on the side, and that is out of bounds. And that is a point Monroe Central. We're tied at 4. Kennedy Joris on the serve. Again, this is Van Fleet with the big hit in the middle. The ball hit off of the ceiling, but as long as it's on your side, that's still in play. Ball kept alive. Another big hit. Again, Seminoles unable to set the ball at the net. There's a big hit and a block at the net. And I think that's Olivia Bettinger once again with another block.
Boy, she's establishing herself as a force here in this second set.
She's a senior. And at times like this, when things are going bad, that's when you need your seniors to step up and make an extra play. Ball tipped over by the Zeps, set in the middle and blocked right back. Bettinger went with a little softer hit there, and the ball was knocked right back at the net. I think that was probably Van Fleet.
That was Van Fleet
at
that
the
time,
net,
yes.
who's done a nice job at the net thus far. We're tied at 5.
I don't think that the Olivia Bettinger could get her feet under enough to really get a lot of force on that spike.
Liberty McKee in with the serve now, and the ball hit at the net by McLaren Craft with the ball into the net, point to the Zeps. And sometimes the hitter go for the kill at the net. Well, if that set is just a little bit off, it really affects how the player is able to hit it. Set on the backside to Benninger. Ball trying to keep alive and kept alive there by the Zeps. And again, the ball not controlled well by Monroe Central into the net, and will be a point for Shenandoah.
Jeff, that was your case in point that you just mentioned. Really, Olivia Bettinger in perfect position to make a kill that time, but the set wasn't where it needed to be.
And Bettinger again goes across court. Shenandoah a little trouble this time with controlling that first hit. And we're going to get a net violation, I believe, that Addie McGuire, she knocked that ball down. I believe she came down and made contact with the net. This is Liberty McKee once again on the serve. Sydney Bass in for Monroe Central. Ball blocked at the net, and somehow Monroe Central kept that one alive. And goes to Leach, and the ball will be a dive on the floor by J.C. English, but not able to control it, and a very difficult play. And another point, and all of a sudden it's a 9-5 Shenandoah lead. Juliana Wilson will come into the game now for Monroe Central, first time tonight. Bettinger on a big hit from the outside, but the Zeps keep it alive. And again, a hit down the sideline, goes off the libero, Cameron Winland, goes out of bounds. And this one all of a sudden has opened up to a 10-5 lead. It was 5-5 when Liberty McKee began this service. Again, a hit on the outside. And now Seminoles try to keep it alive, and Cameron Winland tries to keep it alive from the back row. That's a tough play there from the back row, and the ball goes out of bounds. Head at the net. Again, Zeps doing a nice job keeping everything alive. Ball back to Leach, blocked at the net. Leach again with the hit, and the ball is going to hit the pylon on the far side, and that is out of bounds. Point Monroe Central. Again, substitutes back in for Monroe Central's Allie McFrederick is now at the service line for Monroe Central. Ball hit at the net, blocked, and that is Briley McFrederick with the block, and the ball goes deflected off of a Zepp and out of bounds for a point. It's now 11-7 Shenandoah. Allie McFrederick on the serve. This ball is going to go out of bounds. I don't know a lot about volleyball, but I know a serve has to be in bounds in order to have any chance of scoring a point.
And those are the mistakes you can't afford to be, especially if you come in with kind of considered the underdog.
Van Fleet with the serve. Hit on the back row there by English, but a nice job by the Zeps keeping that ball alive. Set in the middle. Spike is blocked and out of bounds. Well,
I don't know if that block was actually
I don't think it was blocked. I think the ball was. Well, the officials are going to talk here. I think was the ball blocked or did it hit the net? And the officials are going to talk about it. So we'll hold on that thought.
And we're sitting right along midcourt right here, too. I couldn't tell whether the ball was into the top of the net or was actually blocked.
Here's a point, Seminoles. I think the officials talked about it, and I think they decided that the ball did hit and was blocked and went out of bounds. That was the question, whether it actually made contact with a Shenandoah player. So McLaren Craft now back on the serve. Hard serve to the back row. Leach in the middle, and that is another kill for Brenna Leach.
Jeff, very unofficially, I've got her for 8 kills already here in the first 2 sets.
And this is somebody that's averaging somewhere in the neighborhood of just over 5 kills per set. So she's right on her average. That serve not handled by Monroe Central goes out of and not returned. 14-8 Zeps. And this is Emma Daly.
Just the freshman.
English with the big hit. Zeps keep it alive. And the ball goes back around there to Leach. The Seminoles keep it alive. This is what good teams do. Long net set, not real good, but Leach able to keep the ball in play. And eventually the ball ends up off of a nice set back to Brenna Leach for another kill.
They seem to know where to go to with that ball, don't they? She just hammers it along the front row.
And she'll miss a few, but her percentage has to be really good. There's McFrederick at the net with a little two-handed push that's going to go out of bounds and result in a point for the Seminoles. 15-9. Addie McGuire now to serve for Monroe Central. And again, the ball's back to Leach, but this one does not go over into the net.
The timing appeared to be just a little off that time.
Next serve there by Addie McGuire. There's a hit on the far side. And a little push over, a two-handed push by Briley McFrederick, and results in a point. 11 for the Seminoles, 11 serving 15.
Boy, nice smart play by McFrederick that time. Just a little tip to the open space.
Seminoles trying to edge their way back into this. There's a two-handed push by Leach.
Oh, my.
She saw the floor, and the Seminoles were pulled up enough, and her two-handed push to the back line was in, and that's 16-11.
Perfectly placed there along the back line.
And on definitions, that's a kill.
Yeah.
And Leach now back to serve. Short serve. Sets a little bit short. And somehow Monroe Central keeps that one alive and results in a point. Maybe for the first time tonight, Shenandoah got caught a little flat-footed on that possession.
I think they thought that ball was going down. Didn't think there's any way that Monroe Central would be able to get it back over. That was a good time by J.C. English that time, keeping it alive.
You see that sometimes where a team will make a play and catch the opponent flat-footed. That ball hits the top of the net and goes over on the serve by Farnsworth, but then there's a hit on the far side. And a lot of points from Melissa Crum on the far side. That one goes in, and that's now 17-12. Shayla Holcomb back to serve now for the Zeps. And that ball hits the net and then goes out. And that will be a point, Shenandoah, 18-12. Set in the middle by Benninger. The ball looked like it might have been heading out of bounds, but here we couldn't tell. But a nice try there by Shayla Holcomb to keep that ball alive, but it goes out of bounds and will be a point Monroe Central. One thing about some of these young ladies, they're not afraid to put themselves on the floor after going after the ball.
No, they're not.
They'll tip at the net. And then set back here for Benninger. Again, her soft push kept alive by the Zeps. Joris across court, and a diving attempt there by the Zeps by Emma Daly, but she's not able to make the play. And that will be another point. And that will be a kill for Kennedy Joris. 18-14 Zeps. Back to English to serve. And from the side, the ball did not get over the net. An attempt there by Addie Harbaugh, and that will result in a point for Monroe Central and a timeout Shenandoah. We're in set 2. Shenandoah leading it 18-15. Let's take a short break and be back.
At Doan Ford, your family means the world to us. Our parts and service department work to make sure your family arrives at their destination safely. Our collision department takes pride in getting your family back on the road. Whether you're taking a trip, going grocery shopping, or taking the kids to school, choose Doan Ford. We will be happy to help you. Stop in and see us today for all of your parts and service or collision needs.
Back here at Shenandoah High School, where the Zeps lead 1-0 and lead here in set 2, 18-15.
Jeff, we talked about momentum, and I tell you right now, momentum seems to be on the side of the Seminoles. Olivia Bettinger's really stepped up and become a force here in this second set.
It was 18-12, so the Seminoles have scored 3 points in a row to make this match a little closer, this set here in the set 2. There's a hit in the middle, and it's blocked. And there it is again right there, as you say, the Seminoles making some plays at the net. This is where you have to carry that momentum if you're Monroe Central. Again, a little confusion on who was going to take that hit. Finally, the Zeps keep it alive and over. Set by Farnsworth in the middle. And again, a good job, Shenandoah, keeping that ball alive. And it finds the court in the middle. That's Harbaugh, I believe, Addie Harbaugh made that play. And that breaks the streak there by the Seminoles and makes it 19-16 now, Zeps. Again, not able to set a good set in the middle, but then Shenandoah keeps it alive, and the ball's hit at the net. That's Harbaugh again. The ball is deflected off of Seminole, and it's in. That's point Zeps.
Back-to-back kills by the senior Harbaugh.
And that's how quick momentum changes in this game. And again, a good serve there by Alyssa Crum. The ball hit up the net, a push at the net, and we got a violation. And I think we have a push called against Shenandoah, and that's going to result in a Monroe Central point. And again, not able to see here because of the people and the official in front of me, and I can't see some of that at the net. And again, a good serve. There's the hit at the net. The Seminoles keep it alive. McGuire with that hit. And the third hit has to go over. And there's another big hit from the outside.
That was Emma Daly, the freshman, hammering it down from the right side.
That's 21-17. Zeps leading 1-0 and leading 21-17 in set 2.
Liberty McKee with the service here for Shenandoah.
A big hit by Benninger. Ball hits the rafters, bounces around a couple times. Zeps do a good job keeping that ball alive. Kraft with the push. Leached and wasn't able to make a big hit from there. And there's that little push hit over by McGuire. That's happened about 3 times tonight, and a point for the Seminoles. Allie McFrederick now to serve for Monroe Central. There's Leach at the net. It's blocked. McFrederick and McGuire up to that double block. That's a point Monroe Central. They trail by 2. McFrederick's hit and gets to Leach. Ball kept alive well. And McLaren Kraft with another hit at the net, but does not go over.
She kind of mistimed that jump. She was in excellent position to make the kill, just unable.
She's having a tough night of it here at the net. But sometimes that, again, as we said earlier, that set's far enough back that it just throws the timing off. Van Fleet with the serve for the Zeps, and the ball's blocked at the net. I'm not sure. Leach was one of the ones there at the net.
Leach, and I think Holcomb was the other one.
But that's going to be a timeout for Monroe Central. Let's keep it here. Brett, and let me give you a chance here to read through these sponsors one more time, if I can get that done here in less than a minute. And thank you to all these game sponsors, to Southeastern Ohio Credit Union, patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Swim Away Pool and Spa, DD Lawn and Tree Services, Sue Snowd State Farm, Woodsfield Savings Bank, Guardian Excavating, Any Level Fitness Training, Ohio Valley Community Federal Credit Union, Bucky Disposal, Balmer Tire and Collision, Caldwell Ready Mix Company, Smithburger Realty and Auctions, Seaball Excavating, Friday Insurance, King Carpet, JG Cosmetique, and Doan Ford. I like the way I go up the second column in to keep things a little bit different. Like anybody else notices that.
It's not your first day on the job, is it? Jeff, my mistake, that was Sophie McVicker on the block the last time along with Brennan Leach.
Sophie McVicker, another freshman, seeing some time here. There's a hit in the middle and another successful point by the Seminoles.
I think that was Addie McGuire.
Addie McGuire once again. She's done that 3 or 4 times tonight with a little left-handed.
Just has a good feel for the game and knows where that ball needs to go.
But it is a point. That's 23-20. And McLaren Craft now needs a good run here on the serve. Ball was hit the Leach, and there's a wide open spot in the middle of the floor. And Brennan Leach isn't going to miss that much space. 24-20. Set point. Alyssa, no, it's Daly.
Emma Daly,
Emma
yes.
Daly to serve.
Just a freshman.
And this one is blocked at the net. The Seminoles tried to go over, they've had some success, but this one is blocked over, and that is the set point. So set 2 goes to the Zeps, 25-20, and the Shenandoah now leads 2-0. We'll be back with set 3 after this.
For 129 years, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance has proudly provided coverage for homes, farms, and families across Ohio. Our commitment to reliable, affordable insurance is something you can count on. Agents who write for us can be found at patronsbuckeye.com. Whether you're protecting your home, your land, or your legacy, we offer personalized service and true hometown care. Trust a neighbor. Trust experience. Trust Patrons Buckeye Mutual. Visit us at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell or find us on Facebook. Coverage that cares. Close to home.
DD Lawn and Tree Services is the place to go for expert tree care and landscaping. They specialize in tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, land clearing, and landscaping, keeping your property safe and looking its best. Proudly serving Monroe, Belmont, and all surrounding counties, they're your trusted local professionals for all your outdoor needs. They're also proud supporters of area sports and Seminole athletics. For reliable service you can count on, call DD Lawn and Tree Services today at 740-213-1264.
Looking for a better way to bank? Ohio Valley Community Federal Credit Union has the right products and services for every household and every budget. From checking and savings to mortgages and consumer loans, we make banking easy. Open a membership or apply for a loan online at ohiovalleycu.org or visit one of our 5 convenient branch locations. We're your hometown financial institution, putting you first. Ohio Valley Community Federal Credit Union. Our interest is you. And as always, go Noles.
Member NCUA.
Hi, this is Melissa Smithberger. Are you looking to sell or buy real estate? Smithberger Realty is a part of our nation's largest traditional and auction real estate company. We can provide you with national marketing with local expertise. Come visit our offices in Clarington or Barnesville.
Smithburger Realty is an affiliate of United Country Real Estate.
We are back at Shenandoah High School where the Zeps have a 2-0 lead over Monroe Central. Remember, the winner of this match will square off on Wednesday night against the winner of Buckeye Trail and Highland that is going on right now at Highland High School. And that game will be Wednesday at a site to be determined. It will be a neutral site. And I know during the basketball and football, they always try to guess where those neutral sites are, and that's tough to guess because a lot of times a school has to want to host the game. That's the biggest factor.
That's one thing. The Eastern District tries to get fairly a site that's fairly close to being equal distant from each of the schools, which isn't always easy to do sometimes either.
Yeah, and I say the major thing is, a site has to want to host the game,
yes.
and not everybody wants to do that. First serve here in set 3 goes to the Zeps. Alyssa Crum with that serve. Ball hit on the outside. It's going to go out of bounds, but it was tipped. And that first point will go to Shenandoah. Sometimes you commit yourself to hitting the ball and you know you shouldn't, but it's too late to change. Again, ball not under control, and this point will again go to Shenandoah.
And we've mentioned before, Jeff, seems like Shenandoah is doing a better job getting the ball set at the net than what the Seminoles are right now.
And there's a service ace, and 3 quick points here by the Zeps to open this third set. And when you're down 2 sets to none and you get behind in the third set, it's going to be tough to bounce back. So they need to make a play here early, the Seminoles do. Well, again, a push over. The Seminoles not being able to get a lot of hits at the net. This ball's blocked, and they say out. A little bit of delay there on the call by the line judge. And obviously that's going to set off the Monroe Central fans.
Not very happy with that call.
But it is a point nonetheless. And this push in the middle by Kraft will fall in, so the Seminoles will gain that point and get the serve back. And Clarence Kraft finally got one to fall in. That's 4-1 Shenandoah. We're in set 3. Kennedy Joris the serve. Ball blocked at the net, but the Zeps trying to keep it away. And basically there you had people not able to get out of the way of each other, and the Zeps not able to keep that one alive. George serve hits the top of the net, goes over, that's in play. Again, ball close to out of bounds, but not sure that it was. A block, and that's a point. Block at the net by the Seminoles. Is that Olivia Bettinger again?
No, I believe that was number 2 there, Addie McGuire.
That's Addie McGuire. And there's a service ace by Joris. 3 points in a row off the serve for Kennedy Joris. We're tied at 4. That first hit by the Zeps is a little too strong, and Olivia Bettinger goes up and puts it down. Point Seminoles. Those hitters at the net, they love it when the opponent hits one a little bit long and they can go up and put it down. Leach off the back row with the hit. English the same off the back row. And the ball is going to be out. Monroe Central now leading 6-4.
That's their largest lead of the night, isn't it? Have they led by more than 2?
In set 2, they led 2-0. Joris' serve. Push from the back row. Farnsworth sets for Bettinger. Ball kept alive there by the Zeps. And this one doesn't go over. That's going to be hit the net, and then the Zep player hit it again. That's 2 hits. And for the first time tonight, I believe, Monroe Central has a 3-point lead. It's now 7-4. Van Fleet in the middle. English from the back row. And again, 4 hits for the Zeps as they're unable to control the ball. That's something they've not done much tonight. Monroe Central up 8-4. Shenandoah calls timeout. Let's step aside for this.
Looking for expert excavating services? Seaball Excavating in Louisville has you covered. They specialize in utilities, dozer work, septic installation and repair, brush hogging with a skid steer, mulching with an excavator, and dump truck services. No job is too big or too small. Whether you're clearing land, installing a septic system, or hauling materials, they do it all. Call Seaball Excavating today, 740-213-3281 for a free estimate. Quality work done right.
Shenandoah Zeps called timeout with Monroe Central now on a little bit of a roll here. 8-4 lead in the third set.
And a lot of that has been starting with Kennedy George's serves.
I believe 6 in a row by Joris. Van Fleet in the middle, blocked at the net, out of bounds. And you see the emotion now, Monroe Central, down 2-0.
Playing with more confidence the longer they go.
Again, some confusion in the back here for the Zeps, but they're able to keep it alive. They're all blocked at the net, but kept alive. Back row hit, deflected at the net, falls in, point Monroe Central.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm impressed with JC English, too. She can really hammer it that time from the back row.
Again, this one to Van Fleet is blocked, but the Zeps keep it alive from the back row. Leach, ball's deflected, but Seminoles will keep it alive. Again, deflected at the net. And a little push, and the ball is.
I think the line judge wanted to call it in, but she originally raised her flag to say that the ball was out and then quickly changed her mind. Doesn't make the Monroe Central people very happy.
It is point Shenandoah. Well, we said we had pretty much a full house in, and on the replay, Brett says the ball was in.
I think that's the call that she wanted to make, but I think she knew right away the original call is not what she wanted to make.
But the point goes to Shenandoah, and that breaks the momentum. Banninger up with the big hit at the net. This is Leach, and that is a point, Zeps.
But Jeff, the Seminoles have been playing with so much more confidence here just in the last 10 to 15 minutes.
Yes, this set definitely is the best they have played thus far. Ball's deflected up top, off of a hit by Olivia Banninger. And it goes out of bounds, but it was deflected by the Zeps.
And she, along with JC English, I think have been the two catalysts for the Seminoles here in this third set.
That's two of your seniors, and as I said earlier, you need your seniors a tournament time to step up. Another senior, Emily King, in with the serve. Again, Monroe Central keeps it alive. Set right back in the middle for Leach.
Well executed that time by the Lady Zeps. Perfectly placed set for Brennan Leach, and she took care of business.
Molly Van Fleet with the serve. Seminoles able to control the ball a little bit better during this set and giving herself some opportunities, but here's Leach. Ball kept alive there by English. Leach again. And it was out. Well, cheering from the Zep side over there, but the call was out. Well, the crowd's definitely getting into it, Mike.
Oh, yes.
Claren Kraft with the serve. Again, a little bit strong at the net. And that will be a point Shenandoah.
I can't tell. That was a nice play there to net by, I believe it was Brenna Leach again. Either she or Sophie McVicker.
We're back to Emma Daly's serve. Blocked at the net. Kept alive. English on the outside. Leach. Ball's in the rafters. It's kept alive. Wendland will get it over. And a push at the net and a point Shenandoah.
I think that was Alyssa Crum with a smart play that time.
You know, when the ball hits the ceiling and stays on the side of the floor, you play it. If it hits the ceiling and then goes over the net, that
was a great play by JC English to realize that ball is still alive and kept it.
And there's another tough play. Ball kept alive for the Seminoles, but ends up in the hands of Brenna Leach. That cuts the Seminole lead to 12-10. Monroe Central will call a timeout. We'll take it with them. 12-10, Seminoles, set 3.
Looking for expert excavating services? Seaball Excavating in Louisville has you covered. At Friday Insurance Center LLC, their priority is protecting what matters most to you. As an independent agency, they work with Erie Insurance and other top insurance carriers to find the best coverage at the best price, tailored to your unique needs. No matter your insurance needs, they're here to help you find the perfect policy. Call 740-218-1446 for a free quote and let them help you stay protected. Trevor Friday is a 1996 graduate of Monroe Central and a proud supporter of Seminole Athletics. Go Noles!
Shenandoah forces a Monroe Central timeout. Seminoles leading 12-10 in set 3. Zeps leading 2-0.
Jeff, the intensity has definitely picked up here in the third set.
Again, there's a ball kept alive by Kraft. It ends up back at Leach and is blocked out of bounds. Point Shenandoah. Monroe Central led by as much as 11-6 in this set. And that ball hits the ceiling, but kept in play by the Zeps.
Boy, nice save back there by. That was number 13 for the Zeps. That's Josie Hooks with a nice dig, but the Seminoles still came up with the point.
We've seen a lot more balls that have been kept in play by both teams here this set. Again, big hit on the outside and a point.
I think that was Alyssa Crum.
Alyssa Crum again. Yes. As 13-12 now, Monroe Central's lead. Just 1 point. Brenna Leach to serve for the Zeps. Again, the ball up in the rafters. We've seen that several times tonight. But Shenandoah able to keep it alive and gets the point.
Another kill by the senior Alyssa Crum. Unofficially her 10th on the evening.
English from the outside, blocked at the net, kept alive. Again, the ceiling coming into play again on that point. English, this ball will score. 14-13, Monroe Central. Yeah, a little bit lower ceiling here than what some of the newer gyms have. We've seen it several times here where the ball has been up on the ceiling both times, and teams have done a good job keeping the ball alive.
Both of them have for sure.
Izzy Farnsworth with the serve. She's back up to set, Bettinger. A ball hit back. I think that hit the net. Well, they say it was blocked. Well, that one wasn't blocked. Point Zeps, tied at 14.
Another kill that time by Alyssa Crum, the senior.
She's having a strong game.
She is.
We're tied at 14. Shayla Holcomb returns to serve. And again, ball kept alive there by the Zeps. Another lengthy rally. Benninger saved. And we've got a violation. Yeah, the one official on the far side was calling Shenandoah, and I think the official on the chair pointed the wrong way. I believe she also had the call.
They got the call right. That's all that matters.
JC English serving for the Seminoles. Ball not controlled well there by Shenandoah. Set in the middle for Benninger. And it was tipped.
Yes.
And that will be point Monroe Central. Back to a 2-point advantage for the Seminoles. They try to win this third set to stay alive here. Hit on the outside again on a ball that might have been out of bounds, but you know, if you're a player on the floor, you don't want to stand there and watch a ball hit and be inbounds.
Well, we've seen 3 or 4 of those tonight. That kill from Holcomb.
And this ball not controlled, and that will even things back up at 16. When the kids on the floor, sometimes you have to react so quickly, and it's easy for us to sit here and say, hey, I think that ball would have been out of bounds. Well, you're down there on the floor. That's not as easy to tell. And that's an illegal hit. That's Now one-handed slap's going to probably get called every time. And point there on Alyssa Crumb's serve. Zeps lead by a point. Again, it's first set, first hit not controlled real well. Kept alive here. In the middle, Benninger. She'll use a little left-handed push shot and score. Again, sometimes to me it's just really amazing how well some of these young ladies see the floor.
She had her back turned that time, and how she knew that was an open spot, I have no idea.
Back to Kennedy Joris on the serve, and that's Van Fleet. Molly Van Fleet finished that one off. And the last time Kennedy Joris served, Seminoles went on a nice long run, but this time Zeps able to win the point back right away.
Liberty McKee with the service now for the Zeps.
There's a back set, blocked at the net, blocked again, kept alive again. Tough hit there by Leach. The ball hits, and Shenandoah took a chance there, but the ball hits inbounds. That's all we just talked about. Sometimes you have to make that decision quickly, and sometimes you're right, and sometimes you're wrong. 18-all. Emily King in for the serve for Monroe Central. Nice set at the net. Hit by Leach, but blocked at the net. Point Seminoles. Again, on Annie McGuire and Briley McFrederick, both on a double block situation. King serve once again. Again, that set a little bit strong, but both teams able to keep the ball alive. It's a big hit, and again, kept alive over the Seminoles. There's McGuire on that little left-handed push. And this ball still staying alive. Haven't looked like it stayed alive a long time. And then we'll get a whistle, and we get a net violation, or maybe 4 hits. And that is a point Monroe Central. I was watching the ball, and I really didn't see for sure what they called there.
It looked like the one girl from Shenandoah stepped across the midline, too.
On a dive for the ball there, Emily King hit the floor very hard. Now she's back in the serving position. They were to get it in, 2018. Again, ball kept alive. Kraft with the push. Big hit. Again, stays alive. And a big hit at the net. Point Zeps.
Molly McVicker with the kill that time for the Zeps. Sophie McVicker, the freshman, back into the lineup, replacing the libero, Shea Holcomb.
Molly Van Fleet has also played a strong game up
She
at the
has.
net. But she goes back into serving position. Zeps trailing by 1 point. And her serve does not make it over. That might be the first service error that we've seen the Zeps make in this game. There have been very few on the whole night. But that one gives the point back to Monroe Central, 21-19. McLaren Kraft to serve, and it goes out of bounds. Hand that one right back to the Zeps.
Back-to-back service mistakes by the two teams.
Emma Daly back to serve. Again, deep hit there by English, and from the back line, she's able to make the play.
I've been impressed with that young lady here tonight.
Well, I think it's an advantage, too, when you're a left-handed player also, that sometimes they anticipate you're right-handed. Serve, push. At the net, McFrederick, and that ball hits. 23-20. Timeout, Shenandoah. We're in set 3. Shenandoah leads 2-0, but Seminoles on the verge of winning set 3. We'll be right back.
Need a solid foundation? Call Guardian Excavating. They handle it all from septic installation, concrete work, demolition, and land clearing to foundation digs, stone hauling, and more. No job too big, no detail too small. Guardian Excavating is proud to support Monroe Central Athletics. Call 740-213-2951 today for top quality service you can trust. Go Noles from Guardian Excavating.
Shenandoah, timeout. Monroe Central leading 23-20 here in set 3, trying to stay alive. Addie McGuire on the service line. Kept alive and not controlled there by the Zeps. This will be set point. Serves over, and that's an ace. Monroe Central captures set 3, and it's now Shenandoah leading 2-1. We'll be back with set 4 right after this.
DD Lawn and Tree Services is the place to go for expert tree care and landscaping. They specialize in tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, land clearing, and landscaping, keeping your property safe and looking its best. Proudly serving Monroe, Belmont, and all surrounding counties, they're your trusted local professionals for all your outdoor needs. They're also proud supporters of area sports and Seminole athletics. For reliable service you can count on, call DD Lawn and Tree Services today at 740-213-1264.
Contact Bombers Tire and Collision in Bellsville today for all of your automotive service needs. We offer tire rotation, mount and balance, oil changes, mechanical repairs, and so much more. From bumper to bumper, we've got you covered. Specializing in classic car restoration, we provide free estimates and accept all insurances. Visit us at 52493 Broad Street or call 740-926-5060. We're open Monday through Friday 8 to 5. Be sure to call Bombers Tire and Collision today. We'll get you back on the road. Go Noles!
Looking for the #1 med spa in the Ohio Valley? JG Cosmetique is your go-to destination for medical-assisted weight loss, facial rejuvenation, and more. With over 30 years of experience, Judiana Gromlich has the expertise to provide you with high-quality care as a certified aesthetic provider. At JG Cosmetique, they offer personalized aesthetic services tailored to your lifestyle. Trusted professional care you can rely on. Call 740-238-3335 today and experience the difference at JG Cosmetique. Let them help you look and feel your best.
Protect what matters most with Sue Snowd, State Farm Agent in Caldwell, Ohio. With over 30 years of experience serving Noble County, Sue and her team offer personalized coverage for auto, home, life, health, renters, and business insurance. Conveniently located on East Street, they're here to help you plan for the unexpected. Call 740-732-2786 today for a free quote, or stop by the office. Like a good neighbor, Sue Snowd is there, ready to serve your insurance needs with care and confidence.
District semifinal in Division 6. The Shenandoah Zeps leading the Monroe Central Seminoles by a score of 2-1. Zeps winning set 1, 25-11. Zeps on set 2, 25-20, but the Seminoles win set 3, 25-20. So we will now have set 4.
The big difference there, Jeff, the Seminoles were able to get a little bit of a lead early on, which they weren't able to do in the first 2 sets, and were able to maintain that lead pretty much through the whole third set there.
Yeah, looking at the scores here, the Zeps tied the score up on a couple of occasions, but they never, yes, they did take a lead at 17-16, but the Seminoles able to play. J.C. English with the opening serve here in set 4. And the first hit out of bounds there by Molly Van Fleet, and the first point of this set goes to Monroe Central.
Seminoles, the longer this game's going, they're playing with so much more confidence now.
Blocked at the net, kept alive well there by the Zeps. And the ball kind of falls in, and a fortunate break there, I think, for the Zeps.
But Seminoles kind of went to sleep a little bit that time, didn't think the ball was going to be returned.
But point nonetheless there for the Zeps. And Alyssa Crum goes back into serving position, and her serve goes out of bounds. And we've got a rotation violation on the Seminoles, so that will result in a point. And I think what the case is there is that somebody moved prior to the ball being served. So that is a point. Shenandoah 2-1 Zep lead. Set at the net, and Bettinger tried to go with a left-handed push over to an open spot there and missed. And that is now 3-1. And I say it's always a lot easier when you play from ahead.
Yes.
Farnsworth set, then the ball's blocked at the net, kept alive. Back row hit by English. Again, kept alive again. Set the Leach in the back row, and the ball may have been heading out of bounds, maybe not, but it deflects off the Seminoles and gives a point to the Zeps.
Like you said, that's one of those from here. You knew all along it was going to be out, but from down there, you can't take your chance.
No, you got to make a play. I'd rather they make that play. Alyssa Crum serve again. 4-1 Zeps. And a big hit up front and point. And that is now 5-1 Shenandoah. And that ball goes out of bounds. And that will give the point to Monroe Central and give the service back to them. And Kennedy Joris now at the serve line. Again, hit on the outside. Again, scrambling. And another big hit there by, I think that's Holcomb again.
It was.
Yes, and she's made some big hits when she's been on the floor playing in the front row. And she subs out now as we bring Liberty McKee back in to serve. Short serve kept alive at the net. Kraft. And again, Leach kept alive. Set. Another big hit. At the net, Leach, and the ball goes long, out of bounds. That will be 6-3. Back in for the Zeps there, Josie Hooks, sophomore, on the back row. Emily King in to serve. Getting ball short, controlled at the net, but kept in play. Kraft. Leach on the side. Again, kept it alive there by Wendland. The ball, I believe, hit the rafters again, but comes down and Seminoles not able to make the play. And that is a point, Shenandoah. That just throws your timing off. When you think the ball is going a certain direction, you have to try to adjust because the ball hits
And
up in the
Wendland
ceiling.
was where she thought it was going to come down.
And just, bad break. Serve there by Van Fleet. McFrederick. Big hit on the outside there by Daly. And point to Shenandoah. 8-3. We're in set 4. Zeps leading 2-1. Again, Molly Van Fleet, just a junior. And she hit that one and doesn't even get to the net. And that will give the point back to Monroe Central and give the serve back to McLaren Kraft of Monroe Central. 8-4 Zeps. And from the back, a big hit there, and that is Leach. 9-4. Big hit at the net by English. Zeps keeping it alive. No, it is the point. 4 hits. Again, I was not able to see from my vantage point.
I couldn't either.
Where Zeps had a lot of bodies there, so somebody had to be hitting the ball.
Good hit that time from the left outside by English.
Addie McGuire on the serve, gets it to Brenna Leach, and the ball goes out of bounds. And Addie McGuire made a late decision there and pulled those hands back. 9-6, still Shenandoah. McGuire serving. Briley McFrederick, ball kept alive, hits the ceiling. And one of the first times tonight we've seen a ball hit the ceiling and fall back to the floor. That gives Monroe Central the point. 9-7, Zeps. And from the outside, Leach with the hit and finds the opening. 10-7, Zeps. Be interesting to have a radar gun on some of those.
I'm telling you what.
How fast are those? Is that ball coming off the hand?
I'm glad I'm not on the other side of those.
Back to serve is Brenna Leach. Seminoles over on the third hit. Hit from the side and bang, another point. Is that Crum again?
I couldn't tell if that was Crum or Daly.
I lose an angle per time there, and I'm not sure. Seminoles keep it alive on a push. The back row, Leach with the hit, and the ball goes out of bounds. Late decision there by Allie McFrederick, and it was the proper decision.
That ball just missed. It was a good decision on her part.
The McFrederick sisters now will check out. Izzy Farnsworth back in to serve. A push in the middle, kept alive. Set in the middle for Benninger, but kept alive on the back row by Brenna Leach. And Seminoles unable to keep the ball alive. And that is a 12-8 advantage for the Zeps here in set 4. Shenandoah leading 2-1. Holcomb with the serve. Ball's blocked at the net. That goes straight down and is a point. Another nice serve from my J.C. English. Ball's blocked again at the net. He kept alive well by the Zeps. Serve to set by Bettinger, and the ball in the net, but kept alive, and whistle, and a violation. Zeps in the net. Now we'll take it to 12-10. And when you watch the flight of the ball, sometimes, I don't see those violations at the net. Again, kept alive there. Set there, blocked at the net. Again, back row to English. Nice jump keeping it alive. Holcomb in with another big hit from the side. Blocked at the net, and again, Zeps keeping it alive. Both teams making some plays here on this rally. A long set and goes out. Really good play there by Brenna Leach. Monroe Central got kind of slid up toward the line there, and she was going for that back line and just went a little too strong.
She had the right idea, just put a little bit too much on her.
Just didn't work. Back to English for the serve. And there's Van Fleet at the net. Ball's kept alive, but goes out of bounds into the stands. Again, when you get behind a few points, as Monroe Central did, it's just hard to get that 4 or 5 points in a row to get yourself back into it. It's 13-11 Shenandoah. Again, a nice job keeping the ball alive. And there's a big hit by Olivia Benninger. She's not had a lot of opportunities here tonight for that type of hit at the net.
Well, that's because that was such a nice set that time. Gave a perfect set.
Yep, Izzy Farnsworth in this rotation as the setter. Kennedy Joris back on the serve. Again, another set in Bettinger with a little push at the net. In the middle again, and there's a hit and a score. And we're even at 13. Kill for Olivia Bettinger. Ball deflected by the Zeps at the net, but unable to keep the play alive. So back to 13, and for the first time in this fourth set, we are tied, for the second time. And there is Van Fleet at the net, and that ball hit and goes out of bounds, and it will be point Shenandoah.
8 kills on the night for the junior Molly Van Fleet.
I tell you, for Shenandoah, they're distributed pretty well among about 3 different players, getting some good opportunities. The ball not hit at the net. Van Fleet there tried to make the hit. Monroe Central keeping it alive. There's Leach from the outside. And that's 15-13.
Left wide open for her that time. She didn't miss that one.
And her totals keep getting pretty impressive there on a number of kills. Liberty McKee on the serve. Ball kept alive, but unable to make the play. And that is point Zeps, 16-13. And kind of danger time here for the Lady Noles. McKee's serve. And McGuire tried to go. That's worked well for her tonight, but that time it did not. And timeout for Monroe Central at 17-13 Zeps. One time tonight here, since things are kind of getting away from us, let's give one more shout out here to our sponsors tonight. Southeastern Ohio Credit Union, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Swimaway Pool and Spa, DD Lawn and Tree Services, Sue Snowd State Farm, Woodsfield Savings Bank, Guardian Excavating, Any Level Fitness Training, Ohio Valley Community Federal Credit Union, Doan Ford, JG Cosmetique, King Carpet, Friday Insurance, Seaball Excavating, Smithburger Realty and Auctions, Caldwell Ready Mix Company, Bomber Tire and Collision, and Bucky Disposal. Thank you to all those sponsors tonight.
You know, Jeff, crucial time right here for the Lady Seminoles.
You're down 4 points. You're exactly right. McKee's done a nice job on the serve. Sydney Bass in, keeps that ball alive. And there's Leach. Kept alive there by J.C. English. And it's Kraft at the hit at the net, but Zeps keeping it alive. Bettinger with a big hit. It was deflected. Zeps keeping the ball in play. There's Leach. Ball's deflected at the net. And point Shenandoah. Now with a 5-point lead here in the fourth set, I think the Zep fans can start to taste victory. 18-13. And a good block at the net, but a point. They called the violation at the net there, and Brennan Leach in disbelief.
Coach Growalski checking with the other official, pleading her case there too.
Only one official really has a good look at that, and that's the one on the chair. And a long discussion over on the side there. Coach nods yes. There we go. So that is a point for Monroe Central at 18-14.
Much needed point right there in a crucial situation.
Emily King back in the serve now for Monroe Central. King serve. And the ball is hit at the net, and it's going to go long and out of bounds. Point Zeps. 19-14. The Shenandoah student body down to our left starting to get into things here.
They have come alive.
Molly Van Fleet on the serve. Kraft at the net. Her little push is in. Nice job there. 19-15 in favor of Shenandoah. Kraft with the serve. Kept alive. A little push by Leach. English with the hit. It's going to deflect him off the net and fall in for the point. Well, a ball like that, Mike, you're within probably half an inch of that not going over the net and it being a point for Shenandoah. That's just the way this game works. And then the way this game works is your best hitter gets an opportunity and puts it away.
Seems like every time they've needed a point, that ball has been in the hands or in control of Brenna Leach, the senior leader of this Zep team.
Emma Daly with the serve. There's McFrederick. That shot is out.
Didn't miss by much.
Timeout, Monroe Central. Let's go ahead and let's take one more stop here. Set 4, 21-16 Zeps. They lead 2-1.
Southeastern Ohio Credit Union in Caldwell has moved. The credit union is now located at 306 North Street and has a drive-through ATM and night deposit for your convenience. It's easy to join Southeastern Ohio Credit Union. Anyone who lives, works, worships, or attends school in Guernsey, Noble, or Washington County can become a member. Members have access to savings and checking accounts and loans. Southeastern Ohio Credit Union also has offices in Cambridge and Marietta. SoutheasternOhioCU.org or contact the credit union at 740-732-2980 or 1-800-357-8586.
Set 4, Zeps with a 5-point lead. The freshman, Emma Daly, on the service line. Ball finds Leach in the middle, and that's good. And another thing, Mike, I think Shenandoah has done a really good job. They've kept somebody back on that back line during some of these lengthy rallies. They have a person back there to keep the ball in play, and they've done very well at that. Not controlled there over the net. It's going to be set for the Leach.
She has taken over this game here in the last 2 or 3 minutes. I've gotten her now for 25 kills this evening.
It wouldn't have surprised me if you'd said more. But, you know,
And these stats are very, very unofficial.
But that's a senior stepping up when needed.
Yeah.
Again, there's third hit over for Monroe Central, and there's another set in the middle, and there's another one for Brenna Leach.
That's why I'm sure she'll be an All-Ohio player this year.
One would think if the people voting know what they're doing. Emma Daly to try to put this one away. Match point. And Monroe Central not done yet. Off the big hit there and the kill by English. The ball goes out of bounds. That's 17 now for the Seminoles, 24-17. Well, Seminoles.
JC English not ready to give up yet.
Seminoles need 7 in a row minimum here. And there's one. As the ball was played by Shenandoah, it hit the ceiling and then went over the net. You can't do that. That's 1 point for the Noles. 18-24. McGuire's serve. Kept alive well there by Holcomb. English again down that line, but the Zeps really doing a nice job keeping some balls alive. English will try one more. And Leach kept alive. The ball is out of bounds on the return by the Zeps. I think the Zeps for a second thought that they had it.
That ball might have been out on the other side, but it was played that time by Alyssa Crum.
McGuire's serve. Leach, that's blocked in the middle. Meg McFrederick with that play. We're now at 24-20.
Noles hanging tough.
Well, you love that out of kids. You don't go down without a fight.
Right.
Ball pushed over by the Zeps. McFrederick in the middle. It's blocked. Again, set again. This is English. Blocked again. Ball's kept alive. English will try it one more time. And that's going to hit the floor. Timeout, Shenandoah. Wow, we'll stay here.
Boy, credit the ladies from Monroe Central.
They gained the point that made it 24-17. They have now scored off the serve 4 consecutive points. It's now 24-21. I mean, you have to have 3 more to get it to 24-24 to force us past 25. So, and what pressure on the young ladies serving there. I mean, if you serve it into the net or you serve it out of bounds, we're done.
Between
Game's
her,
over.
That's Addie McGuire, the service. And I tell you who else is JC English has been a terror here in the last 5 minutes.
So back on the floor now. Again, we're looking at match point for the Zeps. Leach, ball's kept alive. It's hitting the ceiling, but still alive. It blocked back and good. The Zeps win. And I believe that was Brenna Leach when that blocked.
It was.
And that's a 25-21 win for the Zeps. And that is a 3-1 victory for Shenandoah in this district semifinal game. Zeps will now advance to Wednesday night's district final at a site to be determined. And it will be against whoever wins the game that's going on right now. It could be over, but it might still be in play between Buckeye Trail and number 1 seed Highland. So we'll step aside, maybe tally up a couple numbers here. When we come back, pretty exciting night of volleyball. Zeps victorious 3-1. We'll be right back.
Planning a project in Noble, Guernsey, or Monroe County and surrounding areas? Look no further than Caldwell Ready Mix Concrete. From pre-mixed concrete to high-strength and decorative options, they've got you covered. Need sand or gravel? They've got that too. With over 55 years of experience, their family-owned business offers competitive prices and free estimates for all your construction needs. Contact Caldwell Ready Mix Concrete today for quality materials that stand the test of time. Trust the experts for your next project.
Come in now to King Carpet right here on East Wheeling Avenue in Cambridge, Ohio. We have 25 skids of top-down waterproof plank flooring ready to move right now. Price to move, plus about 100 different remnants and rolls of carpet, the fuzzy stuff. Need a little help budgeting? Take advantage of 12 months, same as cash, right now through Synchrony. Call for a free estimate celebrating quality, value, and service you can trust. Come and get it today!
Need reliable waste disposal? Bucky Disposal has you covered. Whether it's residential, commercial, or roll-off services, they deliver prompt, professional waste management at competitive prices. Locally owned and committed to keeping our communities clean. They make trash removal hassle-free. From weekly pickups to large project roll-offs, they have the right solution for you. Visit BuckyDisposal.com or call today to get started.
Fitness for every age, confidence for every level. Located in Thornville, Any Level Fitness is your local private studio for personalized training. Owner Jerry Dyer, a certified, specializes in senior fitness, orthopedic exercise, youth boxing, and training. Whether you're managing joint issues or building lifelong habits, Jerry designs safe, effective workouts just for you. Youth fitness classes are held Mondays and Wednesdays from 5:30 to 6:30 p.m. Fun, structured, and engaging. Ready to take the next step? Visit anylevelfitnesstraining.com or call 740-249-7238 to get started now.
It's Jimmy Silvers from Swimaway, wrapping up this season. We want to thank everybody for the ongoing support in business. That's right, we've got year-end closing kits by BioGuard. It works off temperature, does a great job, and in the spring, it'll be all clear and sparkling. You ready for next summer? Have your 24-foot round, 52-inch deep pool installed now. That way it'll be all ready for spring. Open it up and swim. We have 3 in stock right now. Total package with chemical and everything included, $4,250. Stop by, swim away, hey, hey, hey!
In life, we set goals. Personal firsts. A first car. A first job with a first checking account. Welcome aboard. A first home.
Congratulations. Here's the keys to your new home.
A first day of a well-deserved retirement. At Woodsfield Savings Bank, we've been helping people in our local communities achieve whatever financial first they're looking for. Since 1887, Woodsfield Savings Bank, the first choice for your next first. FDIC insured, equal housing lender.
At Doan Ford, your family means the world to us. Our parts and service department work to make sure your family arrives at their destination safely. Our collision department takes pride in getting your family back on the road. Whether you're taking a trip, going grocery shopping, or taking the kids to school, choose Doan Ford. We will be happy to help you. Stop in and see us today for all of your parts and service or collision needs.
All right, back here at Shenandoah High School, and the Zeps have advanced to the district finals, and the Highland Hawks will be their opponent as they have defeated the Buckeye Trail Warriors 3-1. Scores that game, Highland won set 1, 25-15. Highland got set 2, 25-13. Buckeye Trail gets set 3, 25-19, and then Highland 25-16. So it will be Highland versus Shenandoah on Wednesday night at a site to be determined. Here tonight, say Zeps win the first 2 sets by scores of 25-11, 25-20. Monroe Central bounces back with set 3 win, 25-20. And then Zeps 25-21. But, you know, Seminoles sure went down fighting.
They sure did. I tell you what, they put up a great battle, right? Especially the last few points there of the 4th set. They just refused to quit. Shenandoah was stuck on 24 for a long time.
I had it was 24-16 at one time, and then it went to 24-21 before Shenandoah was able to get the last point and win 25-21. You got some numbers there that you tried to work on here during the game. Why don't you share some of those with us?
And you know what, again, Jeff, the first time I've done this, I don't know how accurate these are, but leaders for Monroe Central tonight, I was really impressed with the senior J.C. English. I tell you, no bigger than she is, she can jump. Very athletic. I had her for 10 points and 12 kills tonight. Olivia Bettinger kind of started to take force and exert herself a lot. Second game on, I had her for 9 kills, as well as Kendall George with 12 points, and Addie McGuire, 9 points and 4 kills. for the victorious ladies Zeps. I had Brenna Leach, the senior, who I feel pretty sure will be All-Ohio this year. I had her at 26 kills and 10 points. Alyssa Crum, another senior, a really good night for her, 14 kills and 13 points. Also Emma Daly, 11 points, Liberty McKee, 11 points, and Molly Van Fleet with 8 kills for the ladies Zeps. Again, who will, like you said, will advance to the district finals Wednesday night against Highland.
Highland, the number 1 seed. I know I looked at some things there back before the tournament, and Highland had only lost 1 match this year, and that was to Garraway, who the Zeps were extended 5 sets against here last week. So that'll be interesting there, and I'm not sure where that will be. I'm sure somewhere later tonight, very possibly your AD and your coach may have been made aware of that by now, and they may know where that is, but that'll be made available to the general public later tonight. So Shenandoah will advance as the number 2 seed, and they will play number 1 seed Highland on Wednesday night.
I was trying to think where would be a convenient place for that to go. But like you said, again, not only does it kind of have to be, they want to try to keep it centrally located, but also, like you said, the school that you really would like to have it at has to be willing to do it to begin with. And it's a lot of work to host a game at this level.
Cambridge has always been in the mix to host events. Also, you have soccer going on right now, too, which, school maybe doesn't want to host a soccer game and a volleyball match at the same time.
Because a lot of your help, the people that's going to help you to put on the volleyball game will be also taking care of the soccer game. So a lot of things going on right now athletically in the state of Ohio.
You spend a lot of time as an athletic director. You know how hard it is to get help lined up to put an event on.
You have X number of people, and I tell you what, it takes a lot more people to run an event like this than people realize.
Well, that'll about do it here from Shenandoah High School. The Zeps advance tonight with 3-1 victory against Monroe Central, advancing to play Wednesday night against the Highland Hawks. For Mike Palaziak and Brett Klein, I'm Jeff Stevens. Enjoy the rest of your evening.
For 129 years, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance has proudly provided coverage for homes, farms, and families across Ohio. Our commitment to reliable, affordable insurance is something you can count on. Agents who write for us can be found at patronsbuckeye.com. Whether you're protecting your home, your land, or your legacy, we offer personalized service and true hometown care. Trust a neighbor. Trust experience. Trust Patrons Buckeye Mutual. Visit us at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell or find us on Facebook. Coverage that cares. Close to home.
DD Lawn and Tree Services is the place to go for expert tree care and landscaping. They specialize in tree removal, tree trimming, stump grinding, land clearing, and landscaping, keeping your property safe and looking its best. Proudly serving Monroe, Belmont, and all surrounding counties, they're your trusted local professionals for all your outdoor needs. They're also proud supporters of area sports and Seminole athletics. For reliable service you can count on, call DD Lawn and Tree Services today at 740-213-1264.
Looking for a better way to bank? Ohio Valley Community Federal Credit Union has the right products and services for every household and every budget. From checking and savings to mortgages and consumer loans, we make banking easy. Open a membership or apply for a loan online at ohiovalleycu.org or visit one of our 5 convenient branch locations. We're your hometown financial institution, putting you first. Ohio Valley Community Federal Credit Union. Our interest is you. And as always, go Noles.
Member NCUA.
Hi, this is Melissa Smithberger. Are you looking to sell or buy real estate? Smithberger Realty is a part of our nation's largest traditional and auction real estate company. We can provide you with national marketing with local expertise. Come visit our offices in Clarington or Barnesville.
Smithberger Realty is an affiliate of United Country Real Estate. Looking for expert excavating services? Seaball Excavating in Louisville has you covered. They specialize in utilities, dozer work, septic installation and repair, brush hogging with a skid steer, mulching with an excavator, and dump truck services. No job is too big or too small. Whether you're clearing land, installing a septic system, or hauling materials, they do it all. Call Seaball Excavating today, 740-213-3281 for a free estimate. Quality work done right. At Friday Insurance Center LLC, their priority is protecting what matters most to you. As an independent agency, they work with Erie Insurance and other top insurance carriers to find the best coverage at the best price, tailored to your unique needs. No matter your insurance needs, they're here to help you find the perfect policy. Call 740-218-1446 for a free quote and let them help you stay protected. Trevor Friday is a 1996 graduate of Monroe Central and a proud supporter of Seminole Athletics. Go Noles!
This has been a presentation of ABC Sports.